Yeah, so what's going on? So I like to take the time to do this. To do on this one is going to be my take about the widow and the three young African American men in Alabama, and they saw her at a table alone, and they decided to come over and have a meal with her because she was sitting alone, and they took the time to sit with her and talk to her and find out about her and vice versa. That is a very touching story because with all the racial divide and tension that goes on, and it was is especially it's in Alabama, and you know Alabama's history, but that was that's a very strong characteristic gesture, and it's good because the woman was forthright with them. She didn't clutch her purse, she didn't clutch her knees, and she didn't get scared, and they were very direct. And it didn't turn into something that gets trivialized way often than not with the African American man and an older white woman or in between or what have you. So it was a very classy gesture, and it was very good to see because more often than not, um, the walls are very, serious about what goes on. And the thing is this: if you go to a restaurant or you go to a place and you see someone alone, you if you have human instincts, especially when you live in the South, because I would tell you now that's the difference in different places you live. But I've always said, despite the South's history and their frankness and boldness, some of the most honest, kindest places you can imagine, believe it or not, in the United States, the South always kept it real. So I'm not surprised that it happened. Sometimes you see places where people have their "Don't look at me" signs plastered, and you make an inquiry, and sometimes you have to, keep your distance or kind of be cool. So, um, this was a very moving gesture. It was a great heartfelt story out of Oxford, Alabama, and um, to see the widow sitting there, she's 80-year woman, and these three young African American men in their 20s to approach her and just to have a meal together and have conversation, and then to make it a recurring theme is a very special and is very much needed. Very much needed, because if you know the history and some establishments that could not have taken place as little as 50 years ago, 50, 55 years ago. So to see it, that's definitely a welcome to the site. So I thought it was a good story, and it's education on both sides. It's like I said, people take the time to just listen, and conversation make it long better than what is being put out there. Anyway, that's my take about the widow and the three African American men who had a meal together, broke the ice. Feel free to leave the comments. Feel free to hit the subscribe and the bell ring to some new video. Have a good day. Peace.